The rumors were true. At long last, Junior Motorsports is going Cup Series racing. How's it going, y'all? My name is Eric. Welcome to Out of the Groove. Hope you're doing well. Couple of big stories today. Every single NASCAR Cup Series charter now has a full-time driver assigned to it for 2025. We'll talk about that in a few moments. Yesterday, Junior Motorsports teased a major Daytona-related announcement, and now, this afternoon, it's out in the open. Junior Motorsports, the NASCAR Xfinity Series team co-owned by Hall of Famer Dale Earnhardt Jr. and his sister Kelly, will attempt to qualify for this year's Daytona 500. JRM is partnering with country music star Chris Stapleton and his whiskey brand Traveler Whiskey. Former Cup Series crew chief Greg Ives will be on the pit box, and Justin Allgaier, the defending Xfinity Series champion, will drive the car. Nice. Glad at least one of my predictions came true. If you watched my video last night, I cast a wide net. One of my 3 predictions turned out to be correct. Justin Allgaier was always the most realistic option, but I really felt like I was cooking with that Daniel Ricciardo conspiracy theory. I would not be surprised if Danny Rick ends up in NASCAR at some point this year, but starting with Daytona, yeah, that wasn't very realistic. Maybe Mexico City? Maybe Coda, maybe Chicago. I could see it, but hey, that theory turned out to be incorrect. My Justin Allgaier theory was correct. Let's focus on Allgaier. 38 years old, he's a NASCAR veteran who's made his name in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. I would argue that 2024 was the best season of Allgaier's stock car racing career. Hear me out. He's had other years with more wins. He's had other seasons with a better average finish. But last year, he finally broke through to win the Xfinity Series championship. We've seen Allgaier run top 10. We've seen him win races. We've seen him get to the championship 4. In fact, he'd been to the championship 4 6 times prior to last season. But we've never seen him seal the deal, come through in the clutch. Last year was full of clutch moments for Justin Allgaier. The championship race, of course, really the final few races of last season. His average finish, the final 5 races, was 5th. That's pretty darn good. But what puts last year over the top to me and why I say it was maybe the best year of his career, go back to Memorial Day weekend, the Cup Series. Coca-Cola 600, the sport's longest race, Charlotte Motor Speedway. Justin Allgaier called upon by Rick Hendrick to fill in for Kyle Larson. All eyes on the number 5, rocking that special McLaren adjacent paint scheme. Allgaier in a substitution role in Kyle Larson's seat, if I recall, drove from the back of the field to a very respectable 13th place finish. If that event hadn't been cut short by rain, who knows? He might have cracked the top 10. That car had speed, and Justin Allgaier ran a great race. When you drive for Rick Hendrick, there's pressure. When you drive in the Cup Series, period, as an Xfinity regular, there's pressure. When you drive in the Coca-Cola 600, there is pressure. Justin Allgaier overcame all that pressure and put forth a fantastic effort. So not just what he did at the end of the Xfinity Series season, but what Justin Allgaier did in that substitution role in May, in the Cup Series, in the Coke 600, very impressive. That's why I say 2024 was maybe the best year of Allgaier's NASCAR career. So it's awesome to see his 2024 success rewarded in the start of 2025 with a Daytona 500 opportunity. Go back to last November. I remember Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the media center just a couple hours after the checkered flag flew. He was gushing about Justin Allgaier, what he meant to his organization.
He's given us so much and never said no, never rolled his eyes, never shrugged his shoulders, not once. The greatest thing I think about all of this is the relationships that you make with drivers, mechanics, crew chiefs. And man, what a relationship that I have, a friendship that I have with him. I remember standing out on pit road probably 3 years ago, both of us nearly crying because we came really close and didn't win. And we, we said, man, we're never going to do that again. We're going to find our way to the top one day. And God, man, there was a lot of obstacles tonight, but it worked out.
They clearly have a great relationship. It's awesome to see Justin Allgaier rewarded with an opportunity in the Great American Race. But now let's fast forward to today's announcement. Allgaier will drive the number 40 Chevrolet. 40 relates to Chris Stapleton's Traveler whiskey. Car looks pretty good. I like it. Solid design. Apparently Stapleton was actually involved in the design of this car. He's excited to be at his first Daytona 500. Nice looking car. Gonna have a Hendrick engine under the hood, which, side note real quick, Rick Hendrick is part owner of Junior Motorsports. Hendrick has already reached the 4-car max. Really, he's pushing the issue because the new agreement limits teams to 3 charters apiece. Hendrick was just grandfathered in. But with this announcement today, Rick Hendrick will have his name attached to 5 Daytona 500 entries. As far as I understand, that is technically against the rules. Someone asked Bob Pockris about it on Twitter, and he just said, times have changed. Like, that's not a good enough explanation. If it's in the rule book, it's in the rule book. I mean, it's not a big deal. It doesn't bother me. I'm fine with Junior Motorsports racing, even if Hendrick is a small part of the organization. Like, it does not bother me in the slightest, but why have rules if we're not going to follow them? I guess that's my only concern, just broadly speaking. That's why with the rumors yesterday, I thought this was going to be a Junior Motorsports partnership with someone like Spire or Trackhouse, you know, where it was a Junior Motorsports prepared car, but it was entered under the Spire banner, for example. This is just a straight up Junior Motorsports entry, which again, per the rules, I'm not sure that should be allowed. It doesn't bother me. It just bothers me that we're not following the rule book, so it seems. It'll bother some people a lot more. I'm not going to dwell on it. Justin Allgaier will need to qualify into the Daytona 500. This team does not have a charter. I know I just gassed him up, told y'all how great he is, but he will not qualify for the open exemption provisional. So Justin Allgaier, Junior Motorsports, the 40 car, will need to qualify either on speed or through the Thursday night dual races. Let's take a look at my updated Daytona 500 open entry chart. We've had some changes in the past week. Mike Wallace not being approved to run the Daytona 500 now moves MBM Motorsports back into the unconfirmed category. But we still have several confirmed entries. NY Racing, Live Fast, the Beard Motorsports number 62 with Anthony Alfredo, Trackhouse, Project 91, and now Junior Motorsports. So right now, at most, 1 car will be going home at the end of the dual races. Chances are at least a couple of cars from that unconfirmed column will also enter the race, so the dual races qualifying are going to matter. I know it's early, but right now, I believe Junior Motorsports is the favorite to qualify into the Daytona 500 on speed. Like, I don't even think they'll have to worry about the dual races. I think Wednesday night before the Daytona 500, the number 40 car is going to be fast. Again, this team is Hendrick adjacent. Greg Ives is on the pit box. He's won the Daytona 500 pole before, and Hendrick Motorsports cars have won 8 of the last 10 Daytona 500 poles. Now, it's not a sure thing. Last year, Ford swept the Daytona 500 front row. I know Joey Logano had the illegal glove, but Front Row Motorsports was fast at all the super speedways. Michael McDowell dominated super speedway qualifying last year, so it's not a given that the Hendrick-backed Chevy is going to be fast. Ford was fast last year, but I like the odds. Right now, if I were to pick from this list, I think the Junior Motorsports number 40 will be the fastest in single car qualifying. It'll come down to them and Trackhouse, if you ask me. And remember, Justin Allgaier does not have to win the pole to lock in on speed. He just has to be faster than all the other open cars. So I like the 2 Chevy teams right now, Trackhouse, JRM. I think they are the favorites to lock in Wednesday night. But if worse comes to worse, you just got to race your way in through the duels. Justin Allgaier has won at Daytona in an Xfinity car. Allgaier has not run the Daytona 500 since, I believe, 2015. I looked it up the other day. It's been a decade. Wow. There's not much else to add. It's worth noting that Dale Jr. confirmed today this is just a one-off for the time being. Junior Motorsports isn't going full-time cup racing anytime soon. But this is, of course, a very special event. Means a lot to Dale Earnhardt Jr. It will be cool to see a Junior Motorsports Chevrolet attempt to qualify for the Great American Race. Good luck to Dale Jr., Kelly, Justin Allgaier, the whole team. Should be fun to watch the days leading up to the 500. There was another driver announcement today. Rick Ware Racing confirmed that Cody Ware will drive the number 51 Ford full-time in 2025. Multiple sources recently reported that this was the likely direction Rick Ware Racing was going. Corey LaJoie out of the seat despite finishing last year with Rick Ware Racing. I did a whole video a couple weeks ago talking about Corey LaJoie's career. Let's talk about Cody Ware. I said this the other day. I know it was only like 9 races last year, but Cody Ware's 21st place average finish was right there in line with, or actually a little better than Justin Haley and Corey LaJoie's average finish last year. I know, slightly smaller sample size, but it's worth mentioning that while Cody Ware shouldn't be expected to light the world on fire, I do think he's made progress the past few seasons on track. His father owns the team. I get it. I get why they would make this decision. I guess I am a little disappointed only because I do believe this move will somewhat stunt the team's growth, at least in the short term. Last year when they put Justin Haley in the 51, young driver with a ton of potential, they teamed him up with crew chief Chris Lawson, who won a Truck Series championship a couple years ago. Their proximity to RFK Racing, we saw flashes from Rick Ware Racing last year that we don't typically see. I don't think that will be the case in 2025. You replace Justin Haley with Cody Ware. All right. You replace Chris Lawson with Billy Plourde. All right. I'm not rooting against Cody Ware or Rick Ware Racing. I hope they do well next season. But I guess after a couple of years of this, I think 2025 is going to be more of this. They might plateau, at least here in the short term. Remember, the 15 car does not have a charter. Rick Ware is leasing that charter to Roush this year for Ryan Preece, so the 15 will only race part-time. We know Tim Brown, Modified Star, will compete in the Clash. They've not revealed every other driver for the 15 this year, but maybe slimming down their operation to a single full-time car could allow them to remain competitive or even get more competitive, but I'm skeptical. Good luck, though, to Rick Ware, Cody Ware, the 51 team. That's all I've got for today, folks. Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. Allgaier Junior Motorsports Daytona 500. That's crazy. Wouldn't have guessed that a year ago, 2 years ago, shoot 3 months ago. What about Cody Ware to the 51? How do you feel about Rick Ware Racing going forward? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. That's all I've got. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Subscribe for more NASCAR content and commentary nearly every single day. The regular season is sneaking up on us pretty quick. Big thank you to my Patreon supporters as well. I will talk to you again soon. Have a great rest of your Wednesday, folks. Take care. Be safe. I'll see you in the next video.